how to use the HTML class attribute. So please stay by. What is HTML class attribute? The HTML class attribute is used to specify a class for an HTML element. Multiple HTML elements can share the same class. Using the class attribute is often used to point to a class name in style sheet. It can also be used by JavaScript to access and manipulate element with a specific class name. In the following example, we have 3 div element with a class attribute with a value of city. All of the 3 div element will be styled equally according to the city, style definition, and head section. So let's try this example. Okay, let us delete this example in our past video. So we have a 3 example of div class. Div city. So this will be our first div class. So let's try to add another 2 class. So let us change this one into Paris. Paris is the capital of France. So let's try to run our documents in. So we have London, Paris, and Tokyo. So let's try to add this a internal CSS. Sorry, we forget to add style. So we have 3 same div class string city. So we have the string in the CSS city. So let's try to refresh our browser. What will happen? So this will be what happened to this one. Why is it? It is inside the Tokyo. Oh, we don't have a end tag of div. So let's try to refresh again in our browser. So this will be the output. So we have a padding. So let's discuss that padding and margin in our CSS topic. Border, we have border block. In the following example, we have 2 span elements with a class attribute with a value of note. Both span element will be styled equally according to the note, style definition, and the head section. So let's have a example of this note that this text is important. We can add span so that this text or this word is capitalized or bold. Or let's try to do this example about the class note. Example, this one, London. Let's add a note. So we have a class note inside the element, and we call it in the CSS. So what will happen? So the London word will be color red. The class attribute can be used on any element. The class name is case sensitive. You can learn much more about CSS. So next example is the syntax for class. To create a class, write period character followed by the class name, then define the CSS properties within the curly braces. So this will be the example, curly braces. We have a class. The class name is city. So we have the write a period character, then followed by the class name. So multiple classes HTML element can belong to more than one class. To define multiple classes, separate the class names with a space. Example, div class city main. The element will be styled according to all classes specified. So let's have a example. Let's us copy paste this one from the W3 school. So this one. Okay. So this will be the example. We have H2E, then we have three different multiple classes. We have city main, city. So let us cd, CSS, city, then main. So let us refresh our browser. So we have the color tomato. The following example, the first H2 element belongs to the both city class and also the main class, and will get the CSS style from both of the classes. If there are two different words inside the class name, it will be two class name that you are going to use. Example, this one is there are two different word in the class section. So you can use this class name inside the CSS, or you can use this class name inside the CSS. If this word is, it will become one word, so you can use the class name city main. If it is two words, so you can use the either city or main. So next example, different element can share same classes. So different HTML element can point to the same class name. In the following example, both H2 and P points to the city class will share the same style. So let's try to do this example. So let us click this one. H2. So let's add a CSS. So we are going to the period, then followed by the class name city. So let us refresh our browser. So this will be the output. So we have element H2 and element P, but we have same class name C. So next example, use of the class attribute in JavaScript. So let's try this one to apply in our. So we have H2 use the class attribute JavaScript. P, click the button to hide all element with class name city. So button on click function hide element the button H2 class city. P, London capital England. H2 class city Paris. P, Paris is the capital France. H2 class city Tokyo. P, Tokyo is the capital of Japan. So we have our JavaScript function. Let us refresh our browser. So click the button to hide all elements with the class name city. So that will be the basic JavaScript. Don't worry if you don't understand the code in the example above. You will learn more about JavaScript in our HTML JavaScript chapter, or you can study our JavaScript tutorial. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.